Yo, what is up, guys? So we're going to check out a bunch of the new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but what I'm mostly hyped up about is this new E.HERO that they actually hyped up, and it's finally here because they revealed this card a while back, but they did not show us the effect, and there was like 2 different posts that got shown off, so this guy better be absolutely amazing. Next up, though, we've got some other Synchro support coming out, and on top of that, we got Seed support coming out. I don't even know what the heck this card is, but it's supposed to be for Yuma. But let's go ahead and check out the first card, which is really what I want to go ahead and check out. So this is the new E.HERO. It is an elemental hero fusion monster called the E.HERO Sunriser. It's a level 7 light warrior fusion effect monster with 2500 attack, 1200 defense points, and its fusion materials are 2 hero monsters with different attributes. So it's really easy. Must be fusion summoned. You can use each effect amongst the first and third effects with this card's name only once per turn. So the first effect is if it's special summoned, you can add a miracle fusion from your deck to your hand. That's a pretty good effect. Second effect is monster you control gains 200 attack for every different attribute among the monsters you control. The third effect is when an attack is declared involving another hero monster you control, you can target 1 card in the field and destroy it. They hyped it up that much? Okay, let's go over this effect because I feel like this is the card that most people were really interested in. Like, it's finally here, but is it really going to be shaping up the game? I don't think so. Yeah, you could add Miracle Fusion, maybe go into add 0, like that's kind of cool. And if you go for like the build that can go for the Wonder Driver and like all that stuff, like you can maybe get like 2-3 heroes, and at the end of the day, he's like boosting this up to 3100 attack, like, and like, yeah, when attack is declared involving another hero monster, you can pop, but it's another hero. If it said like whenever an attack is declared involving a hero, not another, but just when any hero monster battles, you can just pop 1 card like once per turn. It just would be so much better. But even that effect is not that mediocre, or it is very mediocre when you compare it to like the other boss monsters of the game. This is not going to be shaping up to like E.HEROs like Dark Law did. I was really hoping this would be like another, like not necessarily Dark Law, but on the same level of like, dude, this is gonna make heroes. But I don't see it. But you guys can let me know if there's any crazy combos that can be really utilized with this that like make it viable. But I still think Dark Law is the most optimal like hero card to go for turn 1. Next up, though, we do have more hero support, and like I said, there's more Synchro support and Exceed support. So favorite hero is a new equip spell that says, equip only to level 5 or higher hero monster. Okay, Mali, easy targets. You can use the second effect of this card's name only once per turn. While there's a card in your field zone, the equipped monster gains attack equal to its original defense. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Okay, that's not bad. At the start of the battle phase, you can activate 1 field spell from your hand or deck. And then the third effect is when the attacking equipped monster destroys opponent's monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard. The monster that attack can make a second attack in a row. Okay, so I guess the whole goal is to maybe put it on Sunriser. Then they're like, Sunriser's got lots of attack. I'm not going to go ahead and attack it. And they attack into the other monster, and then it pops the card anyways. Like, your opponent, I mean, unless they just don't read this, I feel like they would just rather bounce this card back, you know what I mean? And at that point, you're losing the equip anyways. But it says at the start of the battle phase, you can activate a field spell from your hand or deck. If you really want to, I guess you can go instantly into Mystic Mind, be like, oh, sorry, no effects during the battle phase, Cap, or you can't even attack. I think this card has a lot of potential, specifically because of the activate field spell. But the third effect, when it destroys the monster by battle, you can send this card to the graveyard and it can make a second attack in a row. I'm not sure if it's going to be really utilized for that, but I mean, it could definitely open up the doors for a lot of OTK plays. But heroes can already OTK quite easy in the first place. Like, you know, there's the Adoration. Like, there's so many other ways. Trinity, like with the Neos, like there's so many ways for heroes to OTK. I guess they have another option. Am I going to be playing this in my Assault deck? Probably not. I like this effect though, for sure. And there are going to be a lot of new ways to definitely OTK your opponent, but it's not an FTK because you have to go to the battle phase. If it was like you just activate 1 field spell, that's insane. I also think it's crazy that it doesn't require it to be like a hero or like Skyscraper or something like that. It's just like, no, just any field spell, which could open up the doors for a lot of crazy stuff. All right. Next up, though, we have Magistrate Alchemist over here. And here's a zoomed-up picture. I don't know why it's not in the center here. But anyways, normal trap card says, you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn, banish 4 hero monsters from your graveyard and or face up on the field, then target 1 hero monster in your graveyard and special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. And if earth, water, fire, and wind attributes are among the monsters you banish to activate this effect, double the summon monster's original attack. And if you do that, negate the effects of all face-up card your opponent controls. That's insane. insane. Okay, like I said, it's kind of like a win harder card. It's again, heroes already have the ability to OTK, but I guess it really tries to incorporate all like the elements, and I think that is cool. But at the end of the day, are we really going to be wanting to play fire? Like, I guess like. Pretty much, like, I feel like the only viable Bubble Man's like the only one. I mean, there was 1 or 2 builds I've seen that played E.HERO Ocean in competitive heroes, but for the most part, like, obviously Wind, yeah, Stratos, you don't even need to, like, you don't even need to try for that one. But Water, Bubble Man, Fire, what, are you gonna play Burstinatrix? Earth, what is it, like, oh gosh, what is it, Clayman? Elmseer Clayman? Like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem that viable. Maybe other heroes will be coming out that will be much, much better, but at the moment, I just, like, Wildheart, like, it's just not good enough for that effect. But I do like the effect where you can just target a hero monster and just special summoning it. And the other effect, I guess, whatever, but I like this ability. It is definitely a card that is technically kind of usable, but at the end of the day, it's trapped, it's pretty slow, and it's probably not going to be competitive. Anyways, next up, we got newer Synchro stuff coming out into the game. This is Satellite Warrior. He looks like a new boss monster. He's a level 10 Synchro. Alright, so it requires 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner Synchro monsters. Okay, you got to be making, like, at this point, you got to be better than Quasar. Let's see, it says you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Synchro monsters in your graveyard and destroy them. If you do, it gains 1,000 attack for each card destroyed by this effect. Alright, so minimum is probably going to be 1 because it requires a tuner Synchro monster. And so, like, I guess it's 3,500 pretty much at its minimum, right? And then you're going to be able to maybe go for 4,500, and I do like the effect. It's not until, like, it doesn't stop at the end phase or something like that, so it still kind of protects itself. But it does have a second effect. If the Synchro summon card is destroyed, you can special summon up to 3 level 8 or lower Warrior, Synchron, and or Stardust Synchro monsters with different names. What the heck is this, dude? This is crazy. I wonder if these have to be properly summoned first, like, because Starlight Road technically doesn't summon them properly, and I don't know. There's another, like, what is it, Stardust Respark, right? Where maybe you can make good use of it. I don't know. I think it's a cool concept nonetheless. Anyways, next up though we have Satellite Synchron, which is a level 2 Dark Machine Tuner effect monster with 700 attack, 100 defense points, and it says you can use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. The first effect is if a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. The second effect is, if there is a Synchro monster or monsters on the field enter in the graveyard with Warrior and Synchron and or Stardust in its original name, you can make this card's level become 4 until the end of this turn. Okay, really easy effect of special summon plus Dark Machine Tuner. Great stuff. Next up, we have Scrap Iron Signal, which is a counter trap. Wait, hold on. I'm just thinking that, like, you could really utilize this in most decks, right? I mean, there's a lot of decks that can just special summon from the grave. And it's a Dark Machine, you know, that Orcus Synchro variant, right? Anyways, next up, Scrap Iron Signal, counter trap card. Wow. It says you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. The first effect is when your opponent activates a monster's effect while you control a Synchro monster that requires a Synchro monster as material, negate the activation. After that, set this card face down. It's what? And it's a counter trap? Because at first, usually most of these are like you reset them, but it's a counter trap card. I mean, monster effect is the best one. Dude, that is crazy. That is technically infinite negates. Dang, that is really good. I'm trying to think if there's any card that lets you, like, obviously Mercurial Destructor's banned, but like if there's another way, someone comment down below. Can we infinitely use this card? I mean, even just getting this effect like twice. What is it? I don't remember if Temple of the Kings is like it can be activated this turn, or maybe there's another trap card that says like trap cards can be activated like immediately after they're set. Let me know. Next up though we have Gagaga Magician, which is a rank 4 dark spellcaster exceed monster, 2000, 2 level 4 monsters, so it's generic, and it says you can use the first effect with this card's name only once per turn. So the first effect is to detach material from this card, target exceed monster graveyard except for Gagaga Magician, and special summon it but negate its effects. The second effect is a utopic future exceed monster that has this card's material gains this effect. You can detach 2 materials from this card, target 1 exceed monster control until the end of the turn, negate its effect, and its attack becomes 4,000 but negate its effects. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Negates effect. Wait. It says until the end of the turn, negate its effects. Its attack becomes 4,000, but negate its effects. I thought you said it already negated its effects. All right. Well, I think that's just like, you know, sometimes the wording. But anyways, next up we have the Go Glove. Well, this is Dododo Dwarf. Wait, what? Dododo Dwarf Go Glove. Okay, anyways, level 4 Earth Rock effect monster, 1800. You can only use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name once per turn. The first effect, during your main phase, special summon a Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. The second effect is this card is in your graveyard while control a Go or Dodo monster other than Dodo Dwarf. Go Glove. You can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Gosh, reading these effects, man. Next up, we have Future Drive. Says you can only enter one card with this card's name per turn. Type 1 Utopic Future. Exceed monster you control. Apply these effects to that monster you control for the rest of the turn. You can attack all monster your opponent controls once each. If it battles an opponent's monster, negate that opponent's monster's effects during the damage step only. Each time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that destroyed monster's original attack. Alright, next up, we got the Perform Pal Imperial Magician. So it's a level 4 Dark Spellcaster Pendulum Effect monster, Pendulum scale of 8, 1500, 1000. Pendulum effect is you can activate the first effect with this card's name only once per turn. When exactly one fusion, Synchro exceed monster you control that was special summoned from the extract is destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effect. Special summon the destroyed monster, then destroy this card. The monster effect is you can activate the first monster effect with this card's name only once per turn. During your main phase, if this card was no more special summon this turn, you can activate this effect. Apply these effects for the rest of the turn depending on the monster card types among the other monsters that you can control. If you control fusion, it can attack directly. Synchro, your opponent cannot activate monster effects. That's really good. Exceed this card's attack becomes double its original attack. Pendulum during the end phase, add 1 pendulum monster from your attack to your hand. This card's actually pretty decent. I like it. I mean, as long as you have that in the scale. I just like how you can, you lose this card, which doesn't really matter that much. I like it. It's good. Anyways, next up though, Smile Action, which is a field spell. When a card resolves, each player can match up with 5 spells from the graveyard face down. When any monster declares an attack and activates this effect, the attack player can apply this effect. Add 1 random card banished by this card's effect to your hand, then you can discard it. If you do, negate the attack. If you do not discard it, any battle gem you take for the rest of the turn is doubled. Oh, this is just another one of those troll cards. Okay. Next up, though, we have Pendulum Dimension, which is a continuous trap card that says when you special summon a monster from the following types, using pendulum monsters as material while this card is in your spell and trap zone, you can activate the appropriate effect, but you cannot apply the same effect of Pendulum Dimension again this turn. So it's fusion, special summon a monster from your deck in defense position with the same original level as that fusion monster, but indicate its effects. Secret, add a polymerization from your deck to your hand. Exceed, take 1 tuner from your deck whose level is lower than equal to that monster's rank, and either add to your hand or special summon it. Okay, I think this is just too slow because you're gonna need a special summon it, then you get to do something. The other effect of just negate all the monster effects. I think that's the effect that I really like. It's much better, right? But it has to be it's your main phase. It's the rest of your turn. I still think it's kind of cool though, nonetheless. But anyways, let me know, guys, what you guys are most excited about. Honestly, I'm down for the cheese. I'm excited about this. This is just one of those ultimate cheesy new cards where you activate and your opponent's like, dude, what the heck? And then it gets a bunch of stats and it negates everything, doubles the attack. Yeah, it's all face-up cards your opponent controls. It negates everything, dude. That's so troll, man. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video and all the new cards. If you're new to the channel here, you want to see gameplay of all the stuff, I'll be starting to record it very soon here. And if you want to see that, hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and you'll definitely see it here very soon. And if you guys want to send me any replays of this, feel free to go ahead and do so. And I'd love to know what your thoughts are on all the cards, more specifically the hero. I feel like it's a little bit of a disappointment, man. Hyped it up, just doesn't have that ability that I wanted. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.